Hey guys, this is UC. It's about 5 p.m. Eastern and January 10th. So the session has closed, but I thought of making a quick video just to kind of show you that what's going on in the market and how you can trade. Uh, Sometimes you guys miss the trade, you don't do the retrace back to the resistance level, and then you ask, and it's sometimes about the market moves fast, and by the time you look, the retracement level has already passed, things like that. So now market opened up right here around 3374 QQQ, right? It dropped all the way down to 369, and then we saw a reversal. So this was an uptrend line, so you could have expected that, right? That we would see some buyers show up. Now let's see if we have a follow through tomorrow or not. That's a different story. But it closed the day right where it broke down from, right? So this was the support. It broke down from here, and now it rallied back all the way up there. So now the follow up needs to happen above that, right? So that's what we're going to find out tomorrow. But it stopped right there where it broke down from, right? So you kind of have to keep those things uh, in mind when you are trading or looking at the market and all that stuff. Okay. All right. So let us look at Amazon. So what went with Amazon? Amazon opened up pretty strong at 30, well, not strong, I mean, below the uh, weekly low from last week, right? And it kind of literally dropped hard in the morning. Like here's a 5 minute chart. You can see we got in puts around 31.98, right? That was the level. These levels are updated for tomorrow, so you won't see those same levels. But the level for today was 31.98, and then also it was breaking down from this long-term uptrend line, right? Like if I show you the daily chart, here's the downtrend line. The uptrend line that it broke down from earlier today. So uh, that was the put play. Then it went back up towards 31.72, 73. That was another level, right, on the chart for today, and that's where it retraced back. Got rejected again. So now you have to kind of keep these things in mind. Like for example, this pattern, right? What is this pattern? This is A, B, C. But what is going on is that you took a dump, the price went back up, made a lower high, went back down, made a higher low, and then went back up. So if you're looking to actively day trade, you don't short it here again, right? Because the market made a higher low and it's trying to get out of above this B pattern. So that's where you take the long, you switch back long intraday, because that's a sign that the market or the price is getting strong. So that's what you need to kind of keep that in mind, and you could have played it all the way till here as your target. We're just kind of giving you some examples of how you can actively trade. Apple, I did not even trade this one today, but again, similar looking chart, went down first and then went back up. Okay, that's fine, ignore. Let's look at Tesla. Let's look at the daily chart first. Okay, so the level that it broke down from today, that we that triggered the puts, was just 997, right? That was a good level to play the puts from. But then again, it did not really break down hard enough like the other names did. So that means it's a relatively stronger name, right? We did play puts, or actually I did, and a couple of other people did as well, from 110 area, right? It retraced back to 110 right here somewhere, and then it went back down. But you don't play 920 or 900p here, right? Because it's not going to go. I mean, it could have, kept on going down, but since you are doing an intraday day trade, you're playing a rejection from a level. You want to be as close to the current price as possible. So 980p would have worked, 1000p, which would have been in the money, would have worked. But yes, those are a little expensive. But the thing is, you want to get higher delta. And if it's not going to work, you're going to find out pretty soon that it's not going to work, and you can quickly come out, right? But this was a relatively stronger name. So if it is resisting to go down, that means when the market rallies, this will go strong, and that's exactly what it did. It filled the gap right here. If you see, it went back all the way here, filled that gap, found some resistance, went back down, did not break down really from the 110 level. Oh, sorry about my drawing. And then it held that and it's kept on going up, right? And the price action read itself, you can see there are more bullish bars. Really, bearish bars are not seeing any deeper follow through to the downside. So that was a tell. Okay, let's look at shop, right? Shop literally got up from the downtrend line, from the channel bottom, right? So this was the channel bottom right here. It did not go all the way down, but if it had gone down, definitely it was a good time to switch to calls here. I did not play calls on this one, but it bounced back nicely. A hammer bar closed towards the low end of this last week. Let's see if we get a follow through to the upside towards 1181 level. Okay, we'll see. Square, beautiful setup today. Here's the channel to the downside, right? It broke below this level right here. And then if you drill into a lower time frame chart, like 5 minute, what it did today was below 134 till 130, right? All this we wanted to get in long. I know I couldn't execute it. I personally was waiting for the price to go to at least 132 for me to start buying calls. It never did that, so I missed that. But at least the thought process was right? That we want to get into the calls below a certain level. Again, these levels are updated for tomorrow, so you can look at it, but they're not effective. They're not effective for analyzing today's price action. Okay, so we have a nice bar here, nice hammer bar here. Again, the level on the upside to watch that it needs to get above is 1848. So if we open weak and rally back above today's high, definitely 148 is your first initial target, right? Good volume today as well. So let's see if we can bounce towards at least towards 148, and then this lower, this downtrend line, which can be a resistance on the way up if it decides to go up. That is okay. Let's look at BA, right? Here's the channel that it's trading in. Not really much going on, as it's just holding this 210 area, generally speaking. So as long as it can hold above that, because this was the resistance on the way up, and now it's sort of providing some support. So if we can get maybe an inside day tomorrow, and then the following day on Wednesday, if it can get back above that, it can give us a nice move to the upside, something like that, right? As long as it's holding this 209, 210 area, generally speaking, the chart remains a little bit constructive. Okay, Nvidia broke down from this 271.2 area and then went back up and closed with a nice hammer-looking bar, but it was still not in my buy area where I could have bought on calls. I was looking for 250 to 249, kind of like that, but it never came down to get me into the name. But again, it did get back into its range that it broke down from, which is 271 plus, right? So that's a good thing. Let's see, Netflix. Here's the channel for Netflix. You can see it gave a perfect bounce from the channel bottom, right? So these are the levels where if something is trading right there, don't ask me. You have to can execute it yourself and see if it rallies back up or bounces. You take profits. If it starts to break down from the channel bottom here, yeah, take a loss. At least your loss will be limited, right? Because you are executing this trade, trying to pinpoint this trade, pinpoint the entry. So if the trade goes against you after that, even that means the market is not accepting the price, and you can get out with a small loss versus holding it for a longer time period, right? So you don't have to do that. And now let's look at quickly NQ. I know I trade that name a lot. I know Annie does too. But yes, so it gave a nice put trade or nice short trade today, all the way when it broke down a 404 level. right? Overnight, it couldn't get above 670, that is right here. That's the overnight high, right? It might go back up there since it has rallied back up, but that's the level to watch and get bullish above, which is 670 in NQ, right? So, but it did give nice trades today all the way. Again, you can see, sorry, let me get that out. So this is A, right? B, C, right? A is the lower point, B is higher, C is a higher low, and then this is your buy trigger right there when it crosses the level B. Because the market is strong, that means it's not wanting to go below its morning low. So that is a good sign. Now let's see if it can get above 15,670 overnight. Because that will imply a gap up open if it can do that and hold till the morning. But again, we give good levels throughout the day and even overnight for all these 10, 12 names that we actively trade. So look for retracement type scenarios, look for rejection, bounces. Like for example, I know I did not play the bounce on Amazon from 31.27 or 31.28, right? But it gave a perfect bounce from there, 31.28. Like look at the daily chart. This was the support that I had this level at, right? This is right here. So that's exactly where it bounced from. It did go back, it dropped below the uptrend line, but it went back up. So that's a good sign. Now let's see if we can get a follow through at least till 33.12. That's like the recent high that it kind of tried to make and kind of couldn't get above. So that can be a good target on the upside tomorrow if market is strong. Okay, so just keep those things in mind. Be smart about it, and if you need to paper trade it to get some confidence back, do that by all means. Market is not going anywhere, but keep some critical levels in your mind. That you need to be bullish above or bearish below, or where the bounce zone is, where it won't make sense to play the bounce because the market is sell the strength. So let me just wait for the market to come back up and I'll sell it. But then what is the time? What is the critical level till which I can do that, right? You need to know all those things if you are day trading, especially. Okay, swing trades, yes, you can be lazy, you can be slow, that's fine. But for day trades, you have to be fast. You have to know the levels and things like that. Like for example, just by looking at this thing, it's like, there you go. That's like the trend line that it kind of got stopped. So anything above that, 32.36, it can go fill the gap till 32.50, and then we can monitor for continuation or not. But something like that. Those things you have to kind of keep in mind and be open towards. Okay. Hope you guys like this little video. If you have any questions, please drop me a note. Okay. Thank you.